it's an awesome locker room to be in. They're probably still learning my name.
And then kudos to our kicker. Not many people on the team really knew his name. I mean, hell yeah, I'm nervous. I've never seen him kick. I didn't even know his name. Oh, I know his name now.
Brian Johnson. Say his name. Game winner at Vegas. Brian, thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, for episode 8 of Hang Time, we have a guest that nobody needs to learn his name. Everybody knows his name. AG, what's up, man?
What's good, man?
Thank you for coming on Hang Time.
No problem.
During the game winner, do you get nervous? So you have done everything that you can on the field.
Yeah.
And now you have to watch us go and try and capitalize to get the dub. Are you pretty chill, or are you kind of hanging on for dear life?
I don't ever look. I
Okay.
kind of turn my back
Okay.
and kind of see the reaction of the fans. But as I was turning my back, I can see Sheriff just like. So he kind of relaxed me a little bit. So
Yeah, fair enough,
It's just
man.
me and Sheriff over there at the end of the bench, and he's just sitting there like.
AG,
So I'm like,
has
maybe I shouldn't be
anybody
worried.
ever had to ask you what your name is since you've been here? I mean, let's be real. When you started balling out, you come in rookie year, start of the season, and you're killing it. Did people have to ask you, "Hey man, what's your name?"
Not that I can remember now.
All right, so I got one for you. My rookie year was 2014. We were playing at Houston. I was nervous outside of my mind. Now, in the specialist world, arguably the greatest of all time, Shane Leckler, the punter for Houston, he was on the other side, and we're both warming up out there. The head coach here at the time, Jay Gruden, comes up behind me, and he goes, "Hey, Way, my man, Way. What the hell's your first name?" And I sat there, and I go, "What?" And he goes, "Yeah, what's your first name, man?" He goes, I just had to do an interview, and they were asking me about our punter, and I just kept saying our punter because I don't know your first name. Now, I just got there 10 days before, so I don't really blame him. And I said, "Coach, my name's Tress." And he goes, "Tress. Good luck today, man."
Did that make you any more nervous?
In a weird way, it kind of made me chill out a little bit.
Okay.
I was like, now granted, I was like, this is the freaking NFL. This is my first game. Houston. I mean, J.J. Watt, Jadeveon Clowney, their defense. Yeah, they were crazy back then. And so it did make me chill out a little bit where I was like, okay, like coach is having some fun, but dude, I was still freaking nervous as all get out. Yeah. But I just thought I'd ask. I had a feeling, in your journey, and good for you, man, that you made a name for yourself and everybody knows it immediately. You got to see a little bit of the specialist journey. That's how it happens sometimes, man.
Maybe it happened to me someday. It'll happen. I'm pretty sure it will.
No way, man. All right, dude. So I want to go into a couple of highlights in that Vegas game. One, what did you think of that stadium, man?
I loved it. They asked me that after the game. I
That grass was tearing up a little bit. I bet a dude with your cut ability and speed, that kind of kicked some dust up, man.
Yeah, I was about to say it wasn't too bad, but the atmosphere, the fans.
Yeah, man.
I mean, it's new, so.
All right, dude, I want to go into Matt Ioannidis' sack. Now, Big Matty, he's got a locker not far from you and I in the locker room. This dude, okay, I just, when I see guys of his size, and for those of you listening on Spotify, Ioannidis comes all the way around Deron Payne, splits through what I believe is the A gap, and then smokes Derek Carr. Now, AG, have you ever been met with force by a D lineman thus far in your young career?
Yeah, a couple times.
How's that feel, man?
Not good at all.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Dude, I get hit half of that and I feel like I'm about to break, man. I can't imagine like the dude's a Coke machine with legs.
It's tough, but you can't let them know you hurt. You got to get up quick.
Would you rather be tackled by one of those dudes, meet up with them in the A gap, or have to block one of those dudes?
I'd rather block them.
You'd rather block?
Yeah.
You crazy, man?
Might push me off, you know what I'm saying? But when I got that ball, they're trying to kill me. So
That's
it's
true.
a different type of it's a different type of force.
Yeah, I guess that's fair, man. That's a different mindset. Then there also is another highlight in this game, which I'm very thankful to have you here, because a lot of times we'll talk about you scoring a touchdown and we only have to guess or we have to assume what it's like. So let me ask you this, man. This call is called in the huddle. For those of you that are that are listening on Spotify, AG flares out into the flats. Taylor hits him for a TD. When the play is called in the huddle, do you know that the ball is coming to you at that point, or is it like, okay, I'm a check down or I'm a last resort on this particular play? Do you remember?
Right here, the ball is not coming to me first. I'm not the first read, but throughout the week, we was like, the flats open. They don't run out to the flats. And, so I had an idea like the ball's coming to me.
Had a little hunch.
Yeah.
So end zone is to your back. The entire Raiders defense is to your back. Heineke, slingshot, sidearm, throws one to you. What goes through your head as that ball's coming to you and literally everyone is behind you? You don't know how close they are. You don't know how hard they're coming. Like, what's the thought process there, bro?
I don't really know how to explain that feeling, but it's just like, please don't let him be shooting down. Just please don't let him be shooting down. But, like, if you can recap, like the Falcons game, and nothing against Taylor, like the defender was like lined up like perfectly behind me, so you couldn't see him. And I caught it. I'm just like, I know he coming. And he just blazed me in the ribs. I'm
just embrace the hurt, man. Oh, dude. Yeah, that is. I gotta say, man, in my fantasy league, we were in the first round of the playoffs, and they have you on their team, and huge comeback win for my opponent because they had AG. Now, that's my mistake for not drafting you early enough, but you must understand he was picking before me in the draft, so I had no say over that. But not only did you help us out, but you were also helping out my opponent, and now I got knocked out of the first round of the playoffs. So.
I apologize.
No, man, you do your thing. I would love to lose in the playoffs of fantasy as long as it results in us scoring some TDs. I'm cool with that, man, so well played. And now, AG, we go to our house call built by Van Meter Homes. And the man himself, the man with no name, nay, the man with the name, Brian Johnson. I asked you about you on the sideline, what you're thinking, what you're feeling. So I have been holding for 8 years. I have only held for a handful of game-winning field goals. I cannot describe to you the feeling of when you're sitting there on a knee, because I'm right in the middle. Cheese is getting ready to snap me the ball, and I'm looking at Brian to give me the go-ahead. And I'm looking up, and I hear all of the fans. And in my head, I'm thinking, this is going to be freaking sweet. Just shut these fans up. Just pipe it. Game over. They'll just take it in the stomach. This dude looks down, and a lot of kickers, AG, they look at the spot where I've got my hand, where the ball's going to be. This dude stares right into your soul because he watches the ball come back. So this guy, imagine you're used to seeing like, you're me, I'm the kicker, and the kicker's looking down here, but now you're a game winner, and you just see that. And the dude's got some like piercing blue eyes. And I just remember thinking, this sumbug's about to make this kick. And I got a little aggressive with the celebration. I did kind of like a creepy hug.
I seen it. He was
I got caught up in the moment, man. I know. I didn't even let him celebrate with the rest of the team. I was just you have to understand, man. Much like Coach Gruden not knowing my name in 2014, there's quite a journey that specialists have to take sometimes. And so this dude comes in his first game. He's a hometown kid. He's from around here. And then he hits a game winner at Vegas. I just got a little excited, and I held on in like a creepy amount of time for the hug. So, are you a hug guy?
Hug guy? Yeah, I love hug. But let me ask you a question. The pressure of a kicker. So, like, we can practice third downs. We can practice first and long. We can practice all these situations.
All those.
You can't practice this situation with the fans going crazy. Like, what's that feeling like?
So, first of all, thank you for asking. Because a lot of people don't think of that. Dude, that only gets answered one time, and it's in those exact moments, and it's all upstairs, bro. Because if I had to ask you, do you think the dude knows how to kick a field goal?
And of course.
Of course.
Yeah, that's his job.
Do you think he could kick field goals all day from all sorts of distances, angles, things like that, as long as it's realistic?
Definitely.
Definitely. So in the moment, you got to be able to channel all that out. All right, I just got to kick another ball. And Cheese gave us a perfect snap, and look at him. He's hanging on. I just remember, I was yelling. I was yelling loud. But if I could in that moment in the loud stands, I just wish I could have said, "You did it, Brian. You did it." But I get a little too excited and held on for a creepy amount of time. So
that's all good. That was a big time moment.
So, house call built by Van Meter. Brian Johnson. Brian Johnson. Thank you, man. Everybody's going to know his name Dallas week this week.
Oh,
man.
yeah, for sure.
No doubt. So, speaking of the perfect snap, Cheez-It snaps were perfect all game, and especially on the game winner that's clutch. I have a treat for you here at Hang Time. We have what is called the cheese break delivered by GRUBHUB. AG, check this out, man.
Gotcha.
Thanks, Tress. Today we got the old cheddar jack. Did you know that cheddar gets its name from the caves that were used to store the cheese in Cheddar, England? I didn't know that. I'm gonna have to give it an 8.5. It's good cheese though. Good cheese though. Back to you, Tress.
What'd you think of the cheese break, man? You got Cameron, Cheese Man, doing the cheese break delivered by GRUBHUB and gives us a little fun fact talking about some cheddar jack.
Yeah, I was so focused on I was just looking at his. The eyebrows get you.
I know he's got he really shows his emotions on his face. And, here on our team, we have a intern named Alex that does the cheese break.
Got you.
Alex, look at me. Thank you for the cheese break. They're incredible. Thank you. Sorry, AG. I just wanted to make sure Alex knew that we were thankful for all of our hard work here for the cheese breaks. It really puts a lot of heart and soul into it. Now, let's get a little personal touch here, Doc. One of which I'm embarrassed to not know is the nickname, The Weapon. First of all, good for you, man. I'm sure I have a list of nicknames. None of them are The Weapon. Pretty baller in that regard. How long has The Weapon been the nickname?
That came throughout the draft process.
Yeah.
Before that, it was Tony, AG, Antonio. Depending on where I was, I got caught out different types of names. But The Weapon came throughout the draft process, and that's kind of what they ran with. So we ran with it.
Yeah, that ain't too bad, man, for a running back. So with the whole quote-unquote transition, wide receiver to running back, was there anything in particular that you were focusing on, or even something making the jump to the NFL that you felt like you had the edge bringing to the table as The Weapon?
At first, it was like, I want to do both, but then I quickly realized, like, I've been playing running back, but I've never had to go into detail of actually playing running back.
Right.
So it was like, can I put this to the side for a little bit and actually focus just on just running back? And I'm still learning to this day.
Yeah.
Holes, reading defense, reading the secondary.
Yeah.
This year I felt comfortable going into the season, but then I was like, still got a lot to learn.
Yeah.
So now it's this year's working on things like lowering my shoulders during my runs, leveling off and things of that. So it just continues learning.
Plus you got Coach Jordan. Coach Jordan played freaking decade or more in the NFL, and Coach King, JD, JP. I can't imagine how awesome that room is. Is there a lot of that stuff, especially Coach Jordan with his particular running back NFL experience, just little nuggets he drops your way, reading defenses, blocking, whatever that may be?
Definitely. He's always helping out. You have him who played back in the day, and you got JD who's been in the league for a little bit. It's kind of interesting to see them, talk about things, and me just learning running back. I was about to say technology, language, and
we got some solid
terms.
technology, man. You go back years.
So
dude,
really interesting.
So JD, this was probably like 3 or 4 weeks ago. JD comes up to me and he says, Tress, I have the perfect nickname for you. It just made me think of it when we were talking about The Weapon a little bit. And I was just like, dude, I'm down for nicknames. I mostly call everybody by some sort of nickname. I don't really call anybody by their name. And he goes, hear me out. T-Way.
T-Way.
And I go, that's really good, man. Well, James Smith Williams heard him from across the locker room, and he goes, JD, everybody calls him T-Way. He's been T-Way forever. And JD goes, yeah, because I came up with it. So I don't know really where all the nicknames, the good nicknames come from, but if you do have one for me in the future, please, send it my way. But JD thinks he's onto something. I didn't have the heart to tell him I've been called T-Way since I was like 7.
I'm going to put some thought into it. I'm going to get back to you on that.
In all of his NFL experience, I was thinking JD was about to give me a fresh nickname. But yeah, it was just, and T-Way. I don't mind T-Way. I'm cool with that. I'm totally cool with that, man. All right, so oftentimes I ask our guests about some of their fashion and maybe even some of the planning that goes into how they look good. AG, I'm not one that is known for my fashion. Now, there is one, and you can correct me if I'm wrong on fashion, jewelry, where it falls under which umbrella, but whenever I think of AG for the rest of my life, I think about you torching Dallas on Thanksgiving and then showing the grills. Have you always been a grills guy? Do you know GRUBHUB by Nelly, the old song from back in the 2000s? And how often do you rock them?
I haven't always been the grill guy.
How new is that?
Huh?
How new is grills? When did you start rocking?
I was kind of like coming into the league, and of course, you see the rappers. I'm like, that kind of look cold. Like I want to ice my teeth out, and I got the money to do it, and I did it. And I love the look, but
yes,
at the same
great
time,
look.
I don't wear it all the time.
Yep.
I don't like talking to people with, grills in my mouth. I'm going somewhere professional, so I take them out pretty often. I only wear them.
Do they slide out easy?
Nah.
They're hard?
You mean like just like fall out your mouth, or like
No,
when I
like-
want to take them
like
out, can
when
I
you wanna
take
take
them
'em
out? Oh yeah,
out.
just pop out. Yeah.
Answer
But,
this honestly. Have you ever eaten a meal with your grills in?
No.
That'd be weird.
I wouldn't
That
want
is
to.
so-
Yeah. Like putting food on down. Yeah, that don't even go
Having
together.
like a burrito. and okay.
not at all.
I didn't know. I want to make sure.
For your second question.
Yes.
I love that. Yeah, that was Nelly. Yeah, of course.
So good, man.
I think when that song was like hot, I actually seen him. So I grew up on like a softball background.
Okay.
My mom took me to a tournament, and he was there playing.
Yeah.
I'm like, I gotta go get an autograph. So
Yes.
I remember that. So
No
definitely.
doubt, man.
And the third question was,
You gonna bust it out for Dallas this week?
I actually have to find my grills since we talking about it now. I've been
That wasn't the third question,
Yeah.
but I just thought of that third question.
Yeah,
You gotta find them
gotta
and bust them
find
out,
them.
man.
Yeah, gotta
Find them and
find
bust
them.
them out. You got Dallas week coming back up, man. Just torched them last year, bust them back out. Got the home fans this year. Oh, it's gonna be rolling, man.
Yeah, I can see this one. This
Yeah,
one
no
will be
doubt.
crazy.
Going to play last year on Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving, were you like growing up? Would you guys always watch football on those days?
I don't watch too much sports.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
unless it's like around playoff time.
So were you surprised at just how big of a deal that was on Thanksgiving last year playing at Dallas? Because they host a home game every Thanksgiving at Dallas.
I know it was a big moment. They talked about it like all week, like,
Yeah.
it's Thanksgiving, y'all gonna be the only team.
Oh, yeah.
So
Oh,
I
yeah.
kind of had an idea, but after the game, I was like, all right, this is kind of crazy. They started
Yeah.
comparing to like Randy Moss and things like that. So it was real
It's a pretty
interesting.
good company to be in there with
Yeah,
Randy Moss.
that was
That's
pretty
never
crazy.
a bad thing, man.
Not at
Dude's
all.
got his own verb named after him, the getting mossed, man. Yeah.
Don't be on that.
Dude, for this week, it's obviously the streak that we're on that has just been incredible. And we got Dallas coming to town. For you as the weapon, what goes into your week of planning? Like, what are you kind of looking for? How much film do you watch on them, their defense, because they have to prepare for a back like you, and then all of our backs. So you guys are all incredible. What does it kind of go to on? We got a good thing going. You guys are running the ball like crazy. O-line's been doing awesome. Getting ready for a defense like Dallas. Anything in particular, man?
First thing first, we always go through the blitz. That's something we're big on this year, and we go over that almost throughout the whole week, and then we add on. We start looking at the defensive front, seeing how those guys attack, if they're coming upfield or they're just going to sit there and set the edge.
Yeah.
Then it goes into the linebackers on if they're aggressive, do they fall for the play actions, the motions, and things like that. And then that's when you start getting the runs, if we're hitting the inside, outside, and things of that nature.
Dude, so me as a punter,
Yeah.
okay, I line up like I'm punting a certain way every time. And then I either pull it across my body or I try and kick it to the far side away from the returner. So like DeShazer and I will look at the call, look at the punt return, look where the returners are, and then we'll flip it all over the field so they don't know where we're going. I felt until just now, I felt like I played the game within the game until you just gave me 15 freaking things that you learn or practice and get ready for throughout the game. That is just unbelievable, man.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
All right, time out.
Yeah.
Before we was talking about nicknames.
Yes.
From now on, you have to call him Night Night or Sleepy.
Sleepy?
Shades, yes.
Why?
Every time he gets in the game, I pray that everybody, end up fine, but every time he gets in the game, somebody's going to sleep.
He smokes
Yes.
dudes, man. DeShazer hammers guys,
So
man.
speaking of nicknames, I told him, I'm calling you Night
Night-Night
Night from now on.
Big Sleepy.
Look, Big Sleepy.
Okay, 9-9 or Sleepy. That's going to be tough for me, man. I've called him Chase for years. I could do that, though.
Gotta switch it up.
If it's all right with you, could I ask him if that's okay if I call him that?
Yeah,
Because,
cool, cool.
I'm T-Way to him, which JD came up with. And then, I can call him, Sleepy.
Don't get JD
I like
that.
Night.
Night.
What up, man? Yeah, that's all right. I dig that, man. Well, AG, here on Hang Time, we finish Hang Time in a certain fashion. It's a little bit of trivia.
Gotcha.
I will let you know that we have had some guys be successful in the past, and we've had some guys fall short. But the stakes are a Theragun. This section is called 3 and Out, sponsored by Theragun. Go to therabody.com to get your Theragun today. AG, what you're going to do, man, is you're going to press and hold this button on the top, and you're going to give yourself some therapy.
Gotcha.
We're going to have 1 minute on the clock, as you can see right there. I'm warning you right now, bro. Don't look at the clock.
Don't look at the
Look
clock.
anywhere else.
All right.
You can even look at me like Brian Johnson does before he's about to kick a field goal and just stare at me. Don't look at the clock. Don't look at the clock.
All right.
But you're going to press and hold this button, give yourself some therapy. I'm going to ask you a trivia question that has 4 total answers, but you only got to give me 3. Just got to give me 3. If you give me 3, you're going to win yourself a Theragun, my friend.
I need one.
Need one.
I need one.
Come on, man. Come on, dude. Do you have any questions before I give the question to you?
No, let's get it.
Why don't you take that for me? Whenever I say go, you press and hold the button, give yourself some therapy.
All right, cool.
Okay. So whenever I say where an NFL team is from, okay, hear me out. We are Washington. And then I say their team name, their football team. Washington football team. Or Philadelphia is where they're from, Eagles. Does that make sense? So where they're from and their team name. What are? Give me 3 of the 4, but there are 4 NFL teams that where they're from and their team name start with the same first letter.
Oh, we start.
Go.
All right, go.
So don't say
Let's see.
Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah.
We don't even say that in general.
Yeah.
Work it. You could do divisions. You could do west to east. You could do east to west.
Oh Lord. I'm guessing
Nope.
No.
The Washington football team?
Yeah, this is.
Think about it.
Yeah.
Only halfway there,
You
man.
might have got me with this one.
Mm-hmm.
I can't think of nobody. I might as well just stand up.
No, you're good, man. It's the chair. It's tough. It's tough in the chair.
Yeah. No.
AG. Who played on Monday Night Football last night?
Didn't watch it. Don't watch. I didn't watch it.
You know what? I got to give you credit, man, because you're so wrapped up in us that you don't even pay attention to the rest of the league, and that's okay, man. That's okay.
I gotta hear this though.
All right, so how about this? One of them starts with an S. One of them starts with a J.
Jaguars, Jacksonville
Jacksonville
Jaguars.
Jaguars.
Yeah, one against them.
I know. One of them starts
He
with
said
a
with
B.
an S. Lord.
One of them starts with a T.
Tennessee Titans. Okay,
Boom.
makes sense.
See, isn't it way easier when the clock's not on? and
No,
it's-
you giving me hints. I still
Oh,
want to
okay.
guess these.
Dude, I'm
I
sorry,
still
man. We
wanna
got to
guess
make you
these.
earn the Theragun,
The
bro.
S, the S. You said the S.
Here's another hint. man.
Lord.
We have played
Oh, Seattle Seahawks.
Seattle Seahawks. We have also played this team on the road. in
Buffalo?
bad weather. Buffalo Bills.
Lord have mercy. Yeah, I wouldn't. Yeah,
It's tough, man.
I wouldn't have got that one.
It's tough, man. Asked LC last weekend, or asked LC last week to give me the 4 NBA teams that don't end in S. He had a tough time, man. It's
I
just
think
when
I
you're-
could have got that one.
You could have got that one.
Miami
well, now you can
Heat.
say that. The Heat.
Yeah. Nah, I'm just playing. That's all I got. Even when you asked me that question, that's the first thing I thought. I was like, all right,
Well,
I
dude,
can't think of nothing else.
I think if you had to pick, if you were going to roll out to a bar and be at, bar trivia with some guys or be on a football field on Sunday and you got to pick which one you got to be the weapon at, I think being a weapon on the field on Sundays is a lot more baller than maybe some trivia, so that's all right.
Yeah,
and you
I
can
can't
come
get
use
that
my
one.
Theragun anytime, bro.
I need to spend some more time in the training room. Do some more trivia.
That's right, man. That's right. AG, this has been Hang Time, man. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you for what you do on the field, but also thank you for coming and chilling and chatting with us a little bit, man.
Appreciate you.
Let's go take care of Dallas, bro.
Yes, sir.